another hit on a broken leg. He was doing the exact same thing. Yes, he set a record for
Brady,
throwaways. But would you
that.
rather have your hobbled, broken leg quarterback take unnecessary hits on a broken play that had nowhere to go, or throw the ball away? So this is and I'm not saying that Tom Brady needs to get yelled at for it, because I don't. I didn't think that he should. And I'm not yelling about Tom. It's the right play. But that's what drives me nuts about this whole thing.
Torn down, one person gets built up.
Right.
I got you.
That's my point. It's not. And I used to go this the other way and try to say, well, he's an idiot too. No, Tony Romo's absolutely right. It's the smart right play for an aging quarterback. Maybe you don't want Aaron Rodgers at 25 or 26 doing that, because you're thinking, turn your body, throw the ball, take the hit. At these guys' age and where their status is on the team and how important they are to the franchises and their success, this is the smart play. I don't care if you have 300 throwaways, as long as you can convert on those second and third downs to keep the drives going where those throwaways don't matter, which Rodgers and Brady do 95% of the time. That's the right play. And Tony Romo was iterating it, and all I'm saying is that it's not only Brady, but I'm going to include Rodgers in that too, even though Romo wasn't talking about him, because it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, one's getting built up, one's getting torn down. Romo would have given the same credit to Rodgers if he was announcing that game. By the way, folks,
yes, we'd get them on Sunday. Awesome.
Bingo. I love hearing Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. But there's also something else I wanted to add in from this last win we had, folks. So we know Aaron Jones was the highest rated player in the game. Guess who the second one was for the Packers?
Jenkins.
Yep. 89.2 on a PFF scale. To me, and I'm not saying this, I guess I am and I'm not. Jenkins was one of the single-handed reasons we've had come in and help revitalize this offense. We would not be 7-1 without Elton Jenkins right now.
And it's not that Elton Jenkins is so great. It's what we've tried to tell you. If you have 4 great links in a chain, but one chain link in the middle of the chain it's not broken, but it's kind of rickety, and sometimes it stretches a little bit further than it should, and every once in a while
hung up, or it catches itself,
or it doesn't quite work quite right. It screws up the entire chain, right? And that's all we were trying to tell you guys about Lane Taylor. It wasn't that he was a broken link and you go replace him just because he's broken. It's you can function with that chain link, and you'll be all right. You're going to have some hard times. It's going to be frustrating at times when you need that chain to work properly and it doesn't. But if you've got a brand new link sitting there already, just sitting there, just shiny and sitting there, yeah, and you know that's a perfect link, and you can just slide it in there, replace that other one that's twisted and malfunctioning, and it's just an easy fix. It's not going to take no hardly effort, no time, no nothing. And you're choosing not to. That was our issue, okay? And the proof has been in the pudding, because you guys out there in Packers world, we're also talking and ragging not only on the offense not operating correctly, you were ragging on the offensive line, and you were also saying it was a waste of money for number 77, Dave.
Billy Turner's strongest suit is run blocking. He has picked up pass blocking even better. It wasn't a strong suit, but it was still decent. And now he's good at it. He's great, but he's good. And when you get a good pass blocker and a great run blocker, you have another strong link in the chain. So now you have a full chain up front. Now Lindsley can count on his guys to pick up which way to slide on a line to block for a run, or to pick up pass protection to move the pocket for Rodgers. He has two guys he can rely on.
It makes Lindsley's job much easier, and
a
center's job is always
about who has his back.
Right. And so, yeah, it makes his job easier to snap the ball, make line checks, and it just everything. Look, and we've seen it lately. How many plays is Rodgers just – I mean, we talked about it in the postgame show.
Eating popcorn.
It's
like he got sacked on an 8.5-second drop back because Jenkins had his first sack recorded. But guess what? How long are you supposed to block?
He assumed that the ball was gone and let his guy go. He did not get that sack was not earned on Jenkins. He gave it up. Literally, he gave it up because he assumed the ball should have gone. Yeah. He disengaged himself.
Bulaga had the same thing happen to him. 6 seconds went by. He dropped he literally put his hands down. And everyone's like, oh, no, they gave up their first blocks. I don't get how fans are complaining about offensive linemen giving up their first blocks in week 8.
But guess what? I bet you neither one of those two ever do that again.
Oh, no. I guarantee you they won't. And Bulaga, I mean, that's the thing. He was out for a quarter of the game trying to get his finger wrapped. They said, I've already been reading after practice today, he was a limited participant, but he's probably going to play. He's probably going to play this Sunday. The guy is a warrior. He'll play through almost any injury.
Oh, and these guys people in Packers Nation wanted him cut for cap reasons. You can get a better right tackle than Bulaga.
Did you sign him to another 4 or 5 year deal?
I bet you in a couple of weeks they will be announcing that they're working on something with him, if they aren't already. Because I'm sorry, he is 20. People don't realize he's 29 years old. He's like, everybody acts like this dude is like 33, 34, 35. Yeah. Like he is 29 years old, man.
And everyone's going off the Ted Thompson module. Remember when our guards sitting and laying hit 30, they let him go. This isn't Ted Thompson.
But those guys had they had multiple surgeries and were showing signs of just. It wasn't just that they were injured. It was when they were coming back from injury, you could see they were just a little less of themselves.
There was an age limit that Thompson had there. Yeah, there was an age limit, though, where you saw that Thompson didn't let linemen go over. Gutekunst is a different breed of GM. He is deja vu Ron Wolf. I'm telling you, he will bring guys in that are older and still have an impact. Why do you think Tremont Williams is back? Why do you think he's still producing at a high level in the slot? He brings older players back that still can produce.
It's a team mixed of veteran experience and leadership along with youth, athleticism, and potential. One is producing while the other is spelling and learning, and hopefully as time goes, the spelling and learning turns into the producers. If you haven't noticed, Dave, I'm going to jump right into this segue because this was beautiful on your part. Have you not noticed Rashawn Gary, how much more effective he seems to be over the last 3 games? Have you not noticed he's been taking a lot more Kyler Fackrell snaps lately in both the run defenses and it? He is a stud.
Have you also noticed that Patton has experimented throwing him into coverage too? Because he's fast as hell for being 6'4", 270.
Yeah, they throw him. They throw Preston Smith.
They're giving him Preston Smith reps whenever Preston Smith comes off in coverage. Because how many times have we watched him chase down running backs from the opposite side of the field, from behind the plate, and end up tackling him to save a first down? How many times already have we seen that from him?
Oh, and he was involved in that Smith. It was Smith, and Gary on that one sack that all made him at the same time. Yeah.
And they gave Zadarius Smith the sack because he got contact first, and they all.
But it was all 3 of them within a tenth of a second of each other.
I know. A little bit of me wanted the Smiths to be like the big brother and pull up a little bit and let Rashawn get another one. The part of me just wanted that. Also, too, 3rd ranked on the PFF for the Packer game, Jake Kumaro.
Well, he is starting to really find his role, and
Mr. Reliable is what I'm going to start calling him. He is there.
The late hands are showing up, as Ryan Molstead would say.
The deep pass. Perfect example. We didn't see those hands come out and literally till the millisecond before that ball got there. He literally tucked him under, and I still don't know how Rodgers got that ball there. I understand the Jamal Williams pass was impressive, but that ball, the way it curved, it was like almost a freaking changeup 45 yards downfield. It's stupid.
It reminded you of the bending bullets on Wanted.
Literally. And then for the fact that Kumaro to like shield his defender just enough. And did you notice who was on him?
The number one corner.
No, Breland.
Oh,
Breland was on there.
Yeah, it was Breland. Yeah,
and
but he was their number one corner for that game.
Because Kendall Fuller was out. So when Kumaro came across, Breland was on him. Breland knew what was going to happen once Rodgers was going to roll out. So if you watch Breland, he catches up, tries to get in front, but the thing is, he doesn't see Kumaro's hands. If you go rewatch it, I've watched it a couple times now where Kumaro literally starts running. And Breland just thinks he's falling down. He's going down, just still pumping his arms. And literally at the last millisecond, tucks it, grabs ball, and just controls it. And plus, he's also been used on a lot of first downs lately too. He's Mr. Reliable. He's being used to kind of ignite that steam engine, keeping it going and on the rails, and just it keeps gaining speed. Kumaro is, and I don't want to say this because he's a legend in Green Bay.
He's a
Donald Driver-ish.
But it's very. This offense right now reminds me of a very Patriot offense. It's thrown to a lot of backs. It doesn't have
to the Patriots, man. This is the LaFleur offense now.
I say that because, Dave, you know why I say that. Because most people, they want to know what we're talking about. And LaFleur and Shanahan are figuring out what the true Patriot way is. And it's what I've been pounding the table. And it's just funny to watch two coaches have players talk about it. George Kittle talked about Mike Shanahan, and you hear the players, and even Rodgers has admitted it. It doesn't matter what my stat line is. We're about winning around here, regardless of who that involves or what that is and what has to be changed on the fly to get that result taken in. And we all don't give a shit. We all are happy for the W, period. That's the true Patriot way. And then being able to take your premier number one receiver away and actually not just – see, what people aren't realizing is they didn't just do like a flat line there. They've actually been on an upward trajectory since losing their number one target on the outside. That you can't ask for any more than that when we were in the offseason, when we were leading up to this season, when we were pounding the table, when I'm up here pounding the table saying, I'm sick of this shit, I'm worried, when we're doing the 53-man projection, and I'm saying, I'm worried about the way the roster came out, I'm worried about this, I'm worried about that. That's all under the table. I want the Patriots, I was saying. I want the Patriot way. I'm getting that.
We're getting the Green Bay way.
But it's not the Bill Belichick Patriot way. It's the Matt LaFleur Green Bay way. Because Matt LaFleur's personality couldn't be any more different than Bill Belichick. Couldn't. But that doesn't matter because it's the philosophy of how you build, how you build your team, how you use your players, and how you put your personnel in positions to win and succeed. That's what Matt LaFleur is doing it. He's putting his own sprinkle of his own personality on it. But him and Mike and Kyle Shanahan out in there, and it's going to be a beautiful clash week 12 to see how this goes.
You know what? I'm going to give you some props on that because I watched LaFleur's press conference today when he went to the podium, and I think it was either Ryan Wood or Aaron Nagler that asked him this. They said, well, we've noticed your post-game celebrations – you said family. And whenever you guys break the huddle in the locker room, it's okay, family on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, family. And LaFleur says, no, it's not just the whole family concept. It's the fact that if you think about it, family takes care of each other. They always make sure to bring each other up. It's not just the term family, it's the fact that everyone's there for each other. If you have everyone's back on this team, no matter special teams, offense, defense, you're going to have their back. And that's what I want this team to realize is we have each other's back. And then someone asked him, well, how do you feel about Bill Belichick on the do your job? And he goes, well, yeah, that's just common sense. And he goes, I know Bill Belichick preaches it,